कर दिया मैंने लाइव।
देख लो। So just confirm like whether you are getting our voice or not. If anyone watching,
Yeah,
yeah,
I can hear
there
you.
are a couple of users. Mhm. So Rohit,
Yes, Shubham.
so let's start the agenda. I guess we have 7 people. So can you guys please confirm whether you are able to hear or yeah, Vipul saying video is not smooth. Let me just change my internet connection. So yeah, Rohit, like you can start the session, right? Like how you started in Salesforce, your earlier experience, how it is. Like when we have a couple of audience, we can start with today's agenda,
Yes,
like
yes.
what and how you can like break into the Salesforce ecosystem. So meanwhile, you can start about sharing your journey.
Hmm.
I will also share mine. So it's quite a icebreaker, right? Right. So yeah, you can start.
Yes. So thank you, Shubham, for joining us. So as you know, my name is Rohit Kumar. I'm a Salesforce developer. Last 3 years, and previously I was working as a .NET developer. So I was started my career as a .NET developer, and in .NET developer I have lots of
Mhm.
experience like C Sharp and SQL Server, Angular JS, and like MVC model view controller, and web APIs, different kind of frameworks under the C Sharp. And also we like Visual Basic to create the window forms like that. So I already started my career previously with .NET, and after 3 years three years ago, and I have planning to change my career and Salesforce, to change my career without didn't do like 100% coding in my part. So I want to change this 100% coding part into some configurations. As you know, Salesforce having like point and click tools and declarative tools, or we can say that low code integrations, right? So Salesforce having like without coding integration and with coding integration as well. So I love the Salesforce because of its daily updations or daily upgradations, or we can say that new releases every 3 months or 4 months. Every 4 months is having like summer, winter and spring based on the season. And I love Salesforce because of its upgradation things. And I have started my career in like 2018 as a Salesforce developer, and I have lots of experience in developer as well, LWC, Quora and administrator. And I love my Salesforce journey related to administrator, because of it's only just point and click, and we can configure each and every functionality. Or if you need some out of box functionality, so you have to do our codes with the help of Apex programming. And Apex programming is the first cloud object oriented language, so that's why I love also the Apex, because of it's similar to the Java. So it's having OOPS concept, polymorphism, inheritance, this kind of things, interfaces here. So you can build up your design pattern and you can use anywhere as you want. So it's a similar kind of the Java, and we can work accordingly. So this kind of things I have in my previous journey, and right now I'm working one of the big MNC, but I have some problems, so that's why I'm not disclosing my name of the company. And in upcoming days, or maybe after this month, I will tell you what is the company name and what is the role in current company and where I can work right now, like this. So this is my all about my journey in Salesforce and older careers. So that's it. Yeah. So thank you, Shubham.
Yeah, that's cool. And your future, as we have a discussion, right? You got some really cool opportunities for offshore and all.
Yeah.
So if you share a little bit about them,
Yeah.
right now I know that market is quite high, right? You will get a lot of opportunities in Salesforce. So if you can share how people can get outside India opportunities, because now you have some experience regarding that. I don't have that kind of any experience. So if you can share a little bit about it, yeah, that would be good.
Okay, so if you have some planning, if you want to go outside of the India to getting any opportunity related to the Salesforce ecosystem, so first of all you have to prepare in particular areas. So first of all you have to strong in your fundamentals, data structure or algorithm, or we can say that C language, and some fundamental related to your college, in college earlier days. In college there we have lots of subject in we take first semester and second semester. You can see the common subjects, so you can learn, and you have to learn these all kind of things, because if you need some MNC big MNCs like Google, Microsoft, because Microsoft not using Salesforce, so it's having its own CRM that is called MS Dynamics CRM 365. But in Google and Infosys or Deloitte or maybe any other MNC company, Dell, so you can work, and you can also do your fundamentals should be clear. Without fundamental you cannot crack any round in as a beginner level or advanced level, we can say that. So first of all you have to need to be learn some fundamental, and you have to clear on that, and after that you can move on your next level round, some reasoning round and some verbal rounds, and after that you will be see some coding part that is called system test. Under this system test we have lots of coding parts, one level coding level, and and after that you can see second level, third level, and finally you can achieve your goal. Same thing like hacker rank, you know very well hacker rank. So based on the hacker rank you can build your logic, and once you clear this logic, then you can move to the next level, because big MNC we have lots of levels like L1, L2, you know very well. So based on the level we can move that. So this kind of things I have done in my previous interviews. Last 8 or 7 months I have done lots of interviews in big MNCs. So that's why like Accenture, Infosys, Deloitte, IBM, SCL, and TCS as well. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I didn't see any question in the chat. So like we have 8 people right now, but not any question regarding any like Salesforce and all. So yeah, we can start our discussion, right? Like we can discuss about the Salesforce market right now, and how you think like Salesforce is going to be a good career for a beginner who is going to start learning Salesforce from like right now. Let's say today is the day one, and what do you think?
Okay. So if you are learning like Salesforce and you have some planning to change your career in different technology to Salesforce, so first of all you have to achieve your goal. So how to achieve the goal? First of all you have to focus on one thing, not other. Like I want to go in UI part, I want to go like some another part like PHP, Python, data science. So this is not a good way to, if you want to move into the Salesforce, so just focus on the Salesforce, not other technology first of all. So let's say like you have first of all like first day like as a beginner, so how to learn the Salesforce, right? So first of all you have to clear your badges. As you know, like Trailhead is the best learning place. You can learn everything from here, and also we have lots of badges, and based on the badges you can clear the levels and you can increase your knowledge level. So this is the first way, Trailhead, and then you can connect with LinkedIn, because LinkedIn also is a best like learning platform about the any technology, not Salesforce. So you can connect with your seniors or your juniors or your colleagues. With you can make the connections, and you can ask some query, and you can sharing your knowledge, and you, other can be sharing the knowledge. So you can achieve this type of knowledge each and everywhere. So this is the second place. Then you can move another things like just update into the Salesforce releases. Like every 4 months we have releases, you know very well. So you can learn each and every functionality of the new releases about the Salesforce. Then you can learn small parts of the Salesforce administrator, like let's say like relationship. So we have like basically 2 types of relationship, but we can increase the relationship size, like lookup, master, self relationship, then like multiple relationship we can like that. And so based on the your knowledge or based on your requirement you can make it this relationship, right? So first of all you have to create your application. So if you want to learn like Salesforce administrator, don't focus on directly on the object or field, something like that. No, so this is not good way. So if you want to create any application in Salesforce, so first of all you have to create your application. Under that application, and then first of all you have to create like object, and then under the object and you have to use like fields. So as you know very well, like objects is treated as a database table in SQL server or MySQL server, right? And table is a collection of the rows and columns. So you can use the rows and column in Salesforce as a fields and records. So based on the requirement you can use that. So this is the first level. You have to learn this kind of application, because Salesforce also provide different kind of application. Let's say console application, like custom application, standard application. So you have to understand which application where we can use and what is the use of each and every application. So based on your need, so you can learn. So suppose that I want to fix my client bugs. So how to fix that? So which application is suitable in this scenario? So you can move like console application. So console application is a single tab application. For let's say one example I'm showing here, right? I'm telling here. So here like a console application is basically used for the tab based application. So under that tab based application you can move each and every object, like single page application, SP application, you know. So first of all you have to learn basic things in Salesforce, like Salesforce administrator. Don't go directly like development and like LWC, no, and integration as well, no. So first of all you have to learn the Salesforce administrator. If you are fresher, or if you have some like experience, so based on the experience or based on your level, first of all you have to learn the Salesforce administrator. Don't go directly the like development part. So first of all you have to understand the configuration, because without configuration we cannot understand the development. That's why.
Mhm. Yeah. So that's a quite good advice, Rohit. So let's say if there is any student who is like listening this live session, I am going to share a very, like, let's say brief roadmap for you, how you can start learning Salesforce. Like if you are a quite beginner, right? Like you don't know anything about, but you are aware about Salesforce, right? So first of all, you need to create a Trailhead account, right? Like Trailhead is a platform which is provided by Salesforce to learn Salesforce, and it's free of cost totally. So create an account over there, right? So probably in future, I'm also going to create a series like for complete beginner how you can start learning Salesforce. So meanwhile, first of all, the first step is to create a Trailhead account. After doing that, follow a particular trail mix. Now, if you don't know, trail mix is a guided path, right? Like it's a complete package which you need to complete in order to get a particular knowledge. Let's say you want to learn about Salesforce admin. First of all, you need to decide your career role, right? What you want to be. So there are some low code tools, as Rohit said, like flows and all we have, right? So in these cases you don't require coding. Let's say Salesforce admin, Salesforce BA, like business analyst, right? So in these two you don't require coding. But let's say in terms of Indian context, right? Like most of you are from India, so in Indian context you need to learn Salesforce development. It's like I want to say, if you are a developer, you can do both works, admin work or a developer work as well. So companies try to hire developer instead of a Salesforce admin. So that's why we have less opportunities in terms of Salesforce admin, right? So you need to first of all focus what you want to be, whether you want to be an admin, whether you want to be a Salesforce developer, and you need to make sure in terms of opportunities, right? Because Salesforce developer have more opportunities, Salesforce admin have comparatively less opportunities in Salesforce ecosystem. And this is true. I'm just talking about in Indian ecosystem, right? Like in Indian surroundings, because it's quite different when you reach out to the US market. There we have a lot of jobs regarding Salesforce admins and developers as well, right? So first of all, you need to decide what you exactly want to be. So if you choose like, okay, I'm ready to go for development, I want to learn. So first of all, in order to learn development, you need to learn Salesforce admin. Like you need to learn all the configuration part, right? Like what are objects, what are fields, what is an application in Salesforce, right? Like as Rohit mentioned. So these are the things which you need to learn first. After, when you are comfortable, okay, now I learn or I know about Salesforce admin, start learning Apex. Now, what is Apex? Apex is a backend language of Salesforce, I can say, and start learning it. If you like, once you have some experience with Apex, start learning the front end language, which is Aura component or LWC. Now people are confused. Okay, Shubham, like which should I learn first? Whether I learn Aura component, whether I go for LWC. So I will just first learn Apex, right? Like if you are able to write a particular like basic Apex class, right, then you should move to I will say triggers and Apex classes. If you can write both, it's wonderful, right? after learning both of them, like when you have some command for on Apex, start learning Aura component. Now, why the reason why I'm suggesting learning Aura component, because once you learn the Aura concepts, right, learning LWC is going to be very easy for you, because now you know both the Lightning frameworks we have. Now, what is Lightning framework? I'm telling, it's like as in the coding, or you can say full stack, we have front end, back end, right? So in back end we have Apex, in front end we have Aura component or LWC, right? So once you have knowledge for Apex, start learning front end. Now you have a little idea. Okay, for front end I have my skill set LWC and Aura component. For back end I have Apex. Now you need to increase your Apex knowledge to next level. Now, what I mean by next level, there's a concept like synchronous Apex, asynchronous Apex, or you can say advanced Apex, let's say. So in advanced Apex, what will come? Batch, or you can schedulable, queuable. So these things you need to learn in terms of development, right? So right now I'm just concluding a very brief, right? I'm not going into depth of the learning. So in depth I will go, like if I have some questions. So Samba Shiva is saying I have question regarding development. Like, okay, Samba, so let's ask in the chat if you have some questions, right? So meanwhile, Rohit, how you started learning Salesforce? Let's say you are saying that you are a .NET developer, right? So
Yes.
how you switch into Salesforce? Like, what is the exact roadmap you follow, or what should be the exact path you follow to be a Salesforce developer, right? And how much time it will take, right? Like a lot of people having this question, right? Like, Shubham, okay, we will start learning Salesforce, but how much time it will take to like learn something or do this and do this? So yeah, over to you.
Yeah. So thank you, Shubham, again. So as you already told me, how to start this career before that. So my career, I started my career in Salesforce as a fresher, because I don't know about the Salesforce S. Okay. So I have done my training in a particular institute in maybe like in Hyderabad. Okay, so once I have done my training in Hyderabad, then I can easily move into the Salesforce, because right now previously as a I was working as a .NET developer. So in parallelly I just learned Salesforce as parallelly, we consider behind the scene. Okay, so once I already strong into the Salesforce, so just I have already moved into the Salesforce, and I just switched my .NET career into the Salesforce. So first of all, I just have we consider I already done my career in the Salesforce as a training. I have done this training institute one training. So after that I just move into my company, and I already done lots of project in my previous company in Salesforce as a fresher, related to Salesforce administrator and then Aura component as well, right? So I just learn, and also I just switched my career like this.
Okay, and one more question, Rohit. Let's say when you switch, did you find any kind of difficulty? Let's say you have a knowledge in .NET, right? Like whether you get a help from that technology, or it's kind of tough to switch from .NET to Salesforce.
So as you know very well, every programming having its own concept, but syntax or syntactically is the different, but logically you can change that.
Yeah,
But
logically it's same.
yeah, so here you can see .NET also, C# also, because .NET is a framework, not as a programming language, but under the .NET framework we already use C#. So C# is it's a kind of a server side language, look like as a Apex, you know. So so I just already done these things like C#. So C# is a similar to the Java. So Java is having its own syntax, and C# is having its own syntax. So just only the syntax differences, right? And once I just done this Apex class, so I just thought this Apex programming is a similar kind of the Java as well, like C#, because C# also follow the OOPS concept, Apex also follow the OOPS concept, and Java also follow the OOPS concept. So any programming language, it's having its own OOPS concept, we can say that, right? But here in my Salesforce journey, I just facing some problem about the some integrations or like Quora component, because it's a kind of different framework. So I just thought this is the different framework, it's only based on the MVC. So I already done some project on the MVC model view controller, so how we can work on that framework, so we can implement that kind of framework into the Salesforce as well, because we have like design pattern. So based on the design pattern we can move, and like a singleton class, like a factory design pattern. There are so many design pattern. I have lots of design pattern in my career. So I just implemented out of 5 to 3 in my previous project. So design pattern basically used for the recurrence things. If you need some redundancy code and something like that, so you can use design pattern, and it's the best practice to implement any kind of design pattern in your project. Without design pattern or without any code analysis or static code analysis, like PMD tool, static code analytics. So based on the tools or based on the profile, right? So we can analyze our code, because every developer need to be modify, or we can say that don't break your code everywhere, right? So you can make it your code as a strongly anywhere and a roughed up, we can say the roughed up, right? So your code should be like a roughed up. Anywhere we cannot break our code like single line LOC, like line of code, right? So based on the code we can make it our code as a strongly based on the design pattern, or there are so many tricks is there in Salesforce, because it's having its own framework or third-party tools. So based on the tools we can make it our code as a strongly. So I just faced this kind of problem earlier, Quora and LWC, because LWC it's started 2018, right? So based on that framework, and it's a basically it's a lightweight framework, as you know very well. So I just surprised in this framework, because it's a very easy to configure VS Code, because C# also work on the VS Code. Sorry, not VS Code, it's a VS Code only, like Visual Studio, and VS Code is a different, like Visual Studio Code, because both are IDE is based on the Microsoft. So both IDE provided by the Microsoft. So Visual Studio is a very complicated, or we can say that very strongly, or if you want to check the size, maybe it's a 15 GB or 20 GB approxi. But VS Code is a lightweight, is a open source, then you can use anywhere, anytime, any places, right? So I just realized this VS Code is very easy for me, because I already done lots of programming with the help of Visual Studio, because it's a Visual Studio, different kinds of version is there, like enterprise, professional, or developer, based on your needs. So you can purchase that. So I just realized because VS Code is easy for me, and I just configure my Salesforce in the VS Code, and I just want to create my development project into the Salesforce. So earlier I have created one project in VS Code as a development project. So it's very easy. Just we have to implement some SFDX command. If you know this SFDX, so it's a very easy, like Salesforce development experience, developer experience, and based on this experience you can run your command in a single shot. So in VS Code we have Salesforce extension pack. So based on that extension pack and Salesforce CLI, the command line interface, Salesforce is having its own command line interface, look like as a Windows CLI, right? Command prompt. So you can work accordingly, and it's a combination of the Node.js as well, because without Node.js we cannot run single line of code in SFDX. right? So it's based on the Node.js, SFDX, and Salesforce extension pack. So this is the collections of these three tools, and once you done this kind of extension or tools, so you can work accordingly. Let's say I want to create some development project or a project, or we can say that like LWC project. So no need worry about to create separate project each and every terminology, right? So you can create only single project and then you can work accordingly. No need worry about like every time you have to create like development projects separately or a component project separately, something like that. No. So just you can create only one project and you can work accordingly, because it's having its own hierarchy like Aura, LWC, and then Visualforce pages like that. So you can work accordingly.
Yeah. So yeah, Rohit, I think that's going to be very technical, right?
Yeah.
Like today we have different agenda, so we can speak it about like later on.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like couple of questions in the chat. Let me just read it for you or myself. I have question regarding development of is admin or app builder certificates provided by Salesforce is mandatory for getting job. So see, Samir, let me just answer your question. If you are a fresher, right, then no need to like crack a certification, right? Just start learning Salesforce, so start getting some experience on your own, and like learn the basic concept which are going to do your job, right? Your certification doesn't going to do your job. If you are a fresher, don't focus on certification. It's a clear and crisp advice from my side. Let me tell you, after getting 1.2 year of experience in sales in corporate, I'm just talking about in corporates, right? Like when I'm having 1.2 year of corporate experience, I got my first certification, and which is of platform app builder, right? So this is what I want to tell you, that certification doesn't matter if you are a fresher, right? Let's say if you have some experience and companies are asking for a certification, obviously like you need to do that. But to be very honest, there are a lot of companies who are not asking for a certification, right? You can like apply for that if they clearly mentioned over their requirement, like we need a certified Salesforce developer. Yeah, obviously, then you need a Salesforce certification, right? But to be very honest, there are a lot of companies. If you have the skill set, if you are going to like show to the recruiter that yeah, I'm having that kind of a skill set which can help you or your company to get the work done, then this is the only thing which I can suggest. You don't need a special certification or something like that to get a job. Yeah, because I get a job without any certification, so that's my personal experience. You can also get help from the same. So anything you want to share some insights on this, Rohit? Like what is your experience in terms of certifications and all?
Yeah, sure. So I have done like 5x Salesforce certification. One of the like one Copado certified, and 4x like Salesforce, like Salesforce administrator, advanced Salesforce administrator, platform builder, and like another is related to the like some service cloud, something related, right? So I just want to share my experience in this certification, because if you are as a fresher, right, and if you want to get a job, if you want to find a job regarding Salesforce field ecosystem, so how to do that? So first of all, you have to do like one minimum certification required as a fresher, right? Minimum certification like Salesforce administrator is enough for you. And if you have like Salesforce PD1 certification, right, platform developer 1 certification, so well and good. Otherwise you can do only 1 certification is enough for you. And in India, I just realized last 1 year, because of some crises like in Salesforce and in India, in administrator we don't have any job vacancies right now, because of India doesn't take any opportunity as an administrator. Most of the company doesn't have, but in like small company can be hire as a Salesforce administrator. But in outside of India, there are lots of opportunity, right, in Salesforce administrator. I am talking about only Salesforce administrator. But if you have like lots of knowledge about the Salesforce admin as well development, so you can move in around the globe, not like in India. So there are so many opportunity for the Salesforce administrator as well development. if you have these two knowledge as a beginner, so any company can be hire you anywhere. No need worry about like every time you have to give an interview as a Salesforce freshie or something like that. No, because you have this knowledge and you already done some like training or maybe like self-learning things, and you have already done like this kind of modules. So any company in India or anywhere, you can hire that. Okay, so no need worry about like Salesforce doesn't have any opportunity in future. So there are so many scope in Salesforce in upcoming years, maybe like 2029 29. Okay, so there are so many opportunities there up to 6 or 7 years, because like Salesforce is the number one CRM right now, because there are so many CRM in market, and first of all Salesforce is the number one CRM, that's why. Okay, and second place is having like MS Dynamics CRM 365, and then SAP, and there are Zuhu, and there are so many CRM in the list. But just focus on this Salesforce, because Salesforce is a ecosystem, then any can be survive and any can do any kind of job in this ecosystem. So no need worry about like Salesforce doesn't have any job in future and something like that. So you can make it your future in Salesforce if you have good knowledge about the Salesforce admin and development. Then if you can move in advanced things, let's say Quora, LWC integration, and then there are so many clouds in Salesforce. So you can take it from here. Like let's say I want to move on the like sales cloud, service cloud, marketing cloud. So this kind of cloud is a basic cloud in Salesforce, and then after that you can move on the community cloud, and that is called digital experience right nowadays. So you can move on the like another cloud like health cloud, commerce cloud, because of it's basically for you like level to level, not exactly like you cannot do directly these all clouds at a time. So first of all you have to learn only 1 or 2 clouds, not all clouds, because every clouds like marketing and velocity, they are its own having own functionality, that's why. So because don't be confused, so first of all you have to focus on particular clouds, let's say sales and service, it's enough as a fresher, and then you can do your certification as a Salesforce administrator or PD1. Okay, so this kind of things you have to need this one. Subham.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah. Now we have another question from Samba. I am from non-IT background. I have worked in sales for a year, and I have worked as Salesforce admin for 1 year. Due to some personal reason, I left the job.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want to trying to join again. There are so many openings, but all are in developer role.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, Samba, as I said, right, like if you are based in India, right, so like you will get more opportunities in Salesforce developer role and very less opportunities as a Salesforce admin. There are companies who are hiring Salesforce admin, but the thing is, more vacancies are for Salesforce developer. Now let me just tell you the reason why is it so, right? Like why the Salesforce developer vacancies are more, and for admin we have less vacancies. So the thing is, a Salesforce developer can do the job of a Salesforce admin. So let's say if we think from a company perspective, if a person can do 2 type of task, admin task and let's say your developer task. So like logically, or you can say like common sense, obviously as a company or as a business perspective, I'm going to choose that person who can perform both the roles, like Salesforce admin and Salesforce developer as well, right? So this is the basic reason, right? A Salesforce developer can do the same task as a Salesforce admin do. That's why in India or in Indian ecosystem, we have very less job of Salesforce admin, right? The second role which you can try is Salesforce business analyst, but again, less opportunities as compared to the Salesforce developer. Yeah. So the only thing is, if you want to make a very good career in Salesforce, you need to like get out from your comfort zone and start learning Salesforce development. But again, if you are rigid, like you don't want to switch from Salesforce admin to Salesforce developer, and you only want to be in a Salesforce admin role, I will suggest like try harder. There are companies which are hiring Salesforce admins, so you can try those companies as well. But I told you the reason why companies are not hiring Salesforce admin as compared to Salesforce developer. And that's a very quite straightforward answer. So now, Rohit, we have one more question by Vishal Talukar. Bro, I am in 6th SAM. I am learning Salesforce admin from Trail Mix. I think he is saying Trail Mix. Is there any future? So let me tell you, Vishal, if you are going to learn Salesforce in your college days, right, you will going to be a very shining career in terms of current condition. I'm not going to predict what is going to be happen after 5 years or 10 years, but for now, Salesforce is at boom, and there are going to be 19 lakhs job in Salesforce ecosystem, right? So it's going to be like very booming technology, and definitely you can make a career in Salesforce. It's not that uh, Salesforce is going to be anywhere, because the thing is, Salesforce innovative technology, right? They are going to upgrade their system thrice a year, so that's quite make a point. They are going to be quite innovative, and we know that innovative companies are not going to be in a depth in order to survival, and obviously you are going to be a very good career in Salesforce if you like learn in your college days. I also started from college days, right? Like as you said, you started in 6th SAM. I started in my 5th SAM, and that's how today I'm just speaking in front of you and like suggesting you to be in Salesforce ecosystem. So if you can make a career, or you can choose a career as Salesforce, obviously it's going to be a very good option for you. So the second question, which I feel, I'm a civil engineering yeah, Nikhil, definitely. Let me just share one instance of mine, not mine, friend of mine. He is a mechanical engineer, and let me tell you how we started. So, like he's, as Nikhil says, like he is in 6th SAM. So he also started learning Salesforce in his last college days. Last mean 7th or 8th SAM, right? So during his 7th or 8th SAM, he moved into a company who are hiring freshers. So he know about like basic trail ad and all, right? After like quite, he has like basic knowledge of Salesforce admin. He going for that interview, cracked the job, right? And basically he got the job. He got his first job as a trainee. Let me tell you, the stipend of him is 5 or let's say 8,000, I guess. So he is getting 8,000 in the starting phase. You can say 6 months. After 6 months, he cracked from 8,000 to 15,000. Like the next 1 year salary of him is 15,000. Now he has experience of 1.5 years, right? And let me tell you, he is doing a work of lakhs. To be very honest, that kind of busy he is, right? So, but that guy put a lot of effort in his career, right? And now he have the package of 14 lakh, right? So you can see how much gap from 15,000 job to a 14 LPA package. You can see how much opportunities we have in Salesforce, right? If you have the skill set, definitely you can make a lot out of it. And there is no branch restriction. Like as you said, I am a civil engineer. He is also a mechanical engineer. He's not from the core. Like not, I am from the CS background, right? But he is not. So yeah, right. Like if you and he's a live example, right? I can share the link of his LinkedIn profile, and his name is Lakhan Meghani, right? You can try and reach him out, and yeah, if he can do it, yeah, you can also do it, and there is no you can say branch restriction. So what is your point on this, Rohit? Do you have any suggestion, or I'm wrong?
No, you are right. Just I'm telling one things for the Vishal. So Vishal, you are going good because you are on the 6th semester in BTech or maybe any engineering. So you are doing very well, and please keep in touch, and we can say that do this practice continuously. Don't be break this point anywhere. And also like Samba also trialing 2 months time can we learn the development? So you can learn the development because in YouTube or any learning platform like Udemy and like Plural site, there are so many resources available. So you can learn from here, because in YouTube we have lots of like YouTube channel. One is the most important, like SFDC Panther, and one is like about the Salesforce flows, and like Salesforce Geek, like created by the Subham Bhardwaj. So that is very most important for us, because every scenario in flows you can learn from here, right? So one is Salesforce Geek, then you can learn the Salesforce stuffs about the like development, integration, or any kind of things you can learn, like SFDS Panther, from the SFDC Panther, right? So these kind of channel we have.
Yeah. So right, we can do one thing. So just to let you know, if you are new here, right, like if you're not connected with our Telegram or something like that, so in the description of the Rohit's video, you will see some Telegram group or some resources which we are going to share with all of you, right? Like kind of a roadmap to learn Salesforce admin and Salesforce development. So you can check out all the resources and simply like clicking on it and go to that resource and start your learning.
Yeah.
So one more question from Samba. I am confused. If I put 2 months of time, can I learn Salesforce development? Can I learn the development? Could you give any suggestion for me? So Samba, see, the thing is, you are saying 2 months, right? So what if your learning speed is not up to the mark? Let's say I'm a quick learner and you are not, or let's say you are a quick learner and I'm not, right? So it's up to a person in how many time you are going to learn Salesforce development, right? So it's not that you are going to crack it in 2 months, you are going to crack it in 3 months. Let's say if you are putting 8 hours of work every single day, let me tell you, you can learn within a month, and quite a good development, I'm saying. So it's not like a time foundation, but yeah, 2 months are quite long right now. As I can see the current market, people are learning a lot of things in a very quick time, right? So it's totally up to you. You can do that, I guess, because 2 months are pretty long. But development is something like you cannot learn everything, right? There are a lot of learnings. Even me also learning a lot of things in my day-to-day projects. Rohit is also learning, I guess, right? So it's not like that you can learn everything, but yeah, definitely you can learn a lot of things in 2 months so that you can prepare for an interview and crack that interview. Yeah, 2 months are enough. So the next is from Fahad. Currently, I have knowledge of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. What skill should I pause to get 3 lakh plus salary job as SFDC developer as a freshman? So see, Fahad, if you have these kind of skills, right, they are going to help you a lot. Because to be very honest, if you have JavaScript in your bucket, right, then LWC is going to be super easy for you. And you can say Quora is going to be super easy for you if you have JavaScript concept, right? So yeah, definitely it's going to be very, very helpful for you. And in terms of skill set, you need to learn Salesforce admin, which is like necessary. Each and every developer need to know Salesforce admin, right? In order to do development, definitely you need to learn about fields and all and everything. Yeah. So Vishal Talukar, Vishal, I'm just assuming if you are a fresher, right, and you have like normal skill set, like as an average salary, which I'm going to tell you is around 3.25 LPA to 6 LPA. Even some of the freshers get 8 LPA, right? But it totally depends on the skill set. It totally depends on your connections. It totally depends on your overall experience, because there are a lot of companies who are going to pay you 8 LPA, who are going to pay you 10 LPA, even 12 LPA. I'm just talking about a fresher, right? If you have the skill set, definitely you need a very, very good skill set for that kind of package. But yeah, for an average person who have a normal skill set, right, 3.25 is the starting, I guess, and 4 to 4.25 is like max for like in the starting. how can I become a specialist in LWC? So Antonio, first of all, as you need to learn like basic epics and all. After that, there are a lot of resources for LWC. First of all, start from Trailhead. After that, there are a lot of YouTube channels from where you can like learn Salesforce LWC. Right? I'm not an expert in LWC, so I'm not going to tell you like in terms of technical terms. But yeah, I can suggest some resources from where you can learn Salesforce LWC. It's say SFDC Panther is one channel, second is SFDC Facts, and the third channel is SFDC Troop or Salesforce Troop, right? So these three channels are focused for Salesforce LWC. Salesforce Troop is one of my favorite channel, and SFDC Panther is also my one of my favorite channel. From both of the channels, I also learned like a lot in terms of LWC and some like JavaScript and all. So you and all the authors, or you can say all the person who invented or created these channels are going to be like specialists and learn from the specialist to be a specialist. Yeah. Hello, sir. I had given 2 interviews, but they always asked me, "You are from BCom background, so why you want to switch your career? How I can handle this type of question?" So, Seema, to handle these kind of question, you just need to say them. But I have a skill set that you need, or I need to perform the job, right? Like you need to be, the work should be done, right? The only task is to get the job done, and I can do that. So I don't think so. Background, or you can say my previous career is going to be a barrier in terms of doing that job. So yeah, definitely this is the answer you can say to them. If the person or interviewer is smart, definitely he can allow you to do that. Or obviously, if you can like show your expertise in the interview round, definitely you can crack the job. So, any other question? Also, yeah, I forgot to mention that Rohit can also suggest in terms of LWC, right? So Rohit, like how can a person be a specialist in LWC? Now I know that you have expertise in LWC, so you will be a good person to answer that.
Yeah, I can give this question answer. Okay, so yeah, so if you have some knowledge about the LWC, right? So if you want to make it yourself as a specialist in LWC, so first of all you have to learn this fundamental, then you can move like in advanced. So fundamental what? Like JavaScript, HTML, CSS, the basic things to start your LWC, right? And if you have good knowledge about these all 3 technology, then you can move advanced things in LWC. And then in LWC, so you have to learn first of all like Apex as well, because in after that you have to communicate with database. So without Apex program we cannot communicate with database. Okay, so first of all you have to learn these fundamentals like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, then you can move the Apex, or before Apex you can move like HTML and all the things, right? So based on your labels you can move that. So then you if you have this kind of knowledge, then you can move the in advance using like Trailhead modules. We have lots of modules about the LWC, and we have like LWC recipe. So based on the recipe, there are so many application is available in Trailhead. So based on the application you can work accordingly and create your own project, like small project, not larger. Just create only one project. Let's say I want to create like student registration form. So how to create that without single line of code? But you cannot create this student registration form in Salesforce administrator. You can create, but using LWC you cannot create, right? So I'm talking about only LWC. So how to do that? So we can use LDS, Lightning Data Services, because we no need worry about like single line of code, right? If you need some code, then you can use the code. Otherwise you can use the standard functionality of the LWC. And this is the truth, as you know very well. So if you want to become a specialist in LWC, so you have to learn like first of all like LDS, then LMS, Lightning messaging services, and then you can create your channel. And in this channel you can send the, like you know very well, once you create the LMS lightning messaging service, we have receiver or sender, right? And then you can communicate, and then you can move the custom event, because event is very most important for us. And then you can work accordingly, like life cycle hooks under the LWC. So under the LWC, we have lots of life cycle hooks, like connecting callback, constructor, and disconnecting callback, error callback. This kind of phases we have. So based on your need, so you can choose that, because you have to understand each and every phases. Without phases, we cannot use each and every terminology. Let's say I want to use constructor, because constructor, you know very well, like constructor basically used for initialize the variable of the class. But no need worry about, like, I want to use my component in lightning app builder page once I just loaded my page. So how to do that? So you can use like connecting callback, because of once your component is connected in particular application, that time I want to fire something. So how to do that? So you can use like connecting callback, because it's a basically need on this connecting callback. Without this one, you cannot do that. Also, you can do this thing with the help of constructor, because constructor we have lots of instances. So based on that instances, you can move that. So, and once you've done this kind of things in LWC, let's say LMS and LDS, and then you can move on this wire adapter, and wire adapter having different kinds of, like if you want to communicate with database like Apex database or SQL server, or SOQL, and under the SOQL we have lots of query, and how to do that under the LWC. So you can do that these things with the help of like imperative or non-imperative methods, right? And like wire property or wire method, we have like 4 approach. So you have to understand each and every approach where we can use these approaches, right? You cannot directly use like imperative method directly here, no need. So if you need only just fetching the data, so you can use like wire properties, not like imperative method. If you need like some like imperative method, let's say error and success or result, something like that, so based on that callback, so you can use that, right? So this is a basic or we consider some advanced level on LWC perspective. And then once you have done this kind of things, so you can build your own community, and on that community you can enable LWC as a LR sites, LMR site. There are so many sites is available, right? And you can build your own custom LWC component, and you can inject that component into the community, because communities collaborate knowledge sharing processes, right? You can collaborate the end user, like a customer community, or we employee, or like there are so many community, right? So you, based on your need, so you can create your community and you can inject your component in that particular community, and it's you can share this community among the pupils, and anywhere you can access your community, and you can do everything in LW. So basically you have to learn first of all these kind of wire services and wire properties and imperative method and server callback and some import statements, and where we can use field properties, and then we consider life cycle hooks, and then LMS is a very most important things, and then you can go for the FLS as well, like field level security, and then you can learn lightning data services, lightning design system, SLDS, and then this kind of things, and you can become a LWC specialist. So I hope you got the answer. Subham.
Yeah, Rohit. So let's see whether we have any further questions regarding today's agenda. If not, we are going to wrap it up, because it's going to be 1 hour session, right? And seriously, the time flies like it's nothing. So it's quite good, quite an interactive session.
Subham, sorry for interrupt you. So
people,
Subham, Seema is
yeah.
asking something. So hello sir, you can read
Yeah,
that question.
we took her, I guess. We took her question.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we already took her question. Yeah. So anything else you want to discuss, Rohit?
So I'm done from my side. If you have any query question regarding career path or maybe like
Yeah.
Salesforce
So let
ecosystem,
me
yeah, so you can reach out to me
yeah.
as well,
Let me
Subham.
just speak it up. Mhm. Yep. So let me just share you some couple of things. Let's say in order to survive in a job, right? Let's say people are really confused. Like they started learning, they quit learning, then again they start learning. So you guys need to be constant in terms of learning, right? Like once you start learning, okay, make it done, make it at a stop, complete all your goals. Also, for all your learning, again, for all your learning, you need to set a goal, right? Like you are going to complete uh, this particular goal in that particular time, right? So let's say your goal is to be a Salesforce admin. Make it as a goal. Your goal should be divided into two parts. Okay, for the first 15 to 20 days, I'm going to learn Salesforce admin. Then after, I'm going to prepare my resume and work on my resume. I'm going to after that I'm going to on to LinkedIn to figure out which companies I can join, then start giving interviews. Now, let me tell you, in order to do that, what will happen? When you start giving interviews, your goal should be learning, not just like you are going to crack your first interview. Let's leave it as it is. Your goal should be that you are going to learn from those interviews, and from those interviews, you are also going to learn. So let's say so what you need to do is simply grab all those questions, 3 question and 5 interviews. Now we have 15 question which you can answer in any kind of interview. After the interview, and analyze all your like interview, what should be gone wrong, where you need to focus more on, right? Like on your communication skills, your any other kind of skills, right? Where you need some uh, let's say focus, right? So this is something like that. First, you need to prepare. You need to learn Salesforce admin. After learning Salesforce admin, you need to work on your resume. After resume, you need to look for jobs which you can join. Start giving interviews in your learning phase. Don't wait to be a perfect, or you can say perfectionist. Don't wait for it. Start giving interviews when you are like have some knowledge, right? Those interviews will boost your I can say boost your confidence, right? And along with that, give yourself a time. Let's say I'm going to do all that stuff. I'm going to crack a job in 3 months. Don't give your time. Let's say okay, now I prepare for 15 days. I should be able to crack an interview, right? Make yourself ready, because what will happen, guys? There is a scam going on right now. People are taking support for their jobs, and why I'm saying it's a scam, because in order to survive in a job, if you need support, what you learn, how you get a job, right? You are not qualified for that job if you are getting a support from a different person, right? Taking help is another thing, but taking you are giving a part of your salary to that person, right? That's not good. Focus on your learning today. Start learning, and you need to be prepared so that you can survive in a company. You can get the job done. That's that's the only goal you should have, right? You don't just do the trailer badges. Don't just doing. Try to understand what you are doing. Let's say you complete a badge, right? After completing that badge, there are some resource links. Go to those resource link. Okay, what these resource link try to say, what a particular badge want you to teach. Let's say you install a package in your Salesforce org, right? So you need to understand why I am installing this package. What is the benefit? There should be 3 questions: what, why, and how. What is this? Why we are doing this? And how we can do this. So if you can do that, to be very honest, you are going to be rock in any kind of industry, not just Salesforce, and like in the whole life you are going to rock. So that's the wrap up from my side. And yeah, definitely you can do a lot in your Salesforce career. Wish you all the luck. I'm there on my channel Salesforce Geek. Reach out to me. Reach out to our Telegram group Salesforce Geeks. Right. So yeah, we are there for help you. And over to you, Rohit.
So thank you so much, Shubham, for your time, and thank you all the attendees. And we can wrap up. If you have some query question, like all the all attendees, so you can reach out to me and Shubham as well. We have a separate YouTube channel like Salesforce Gig by Shubham Bhardwaj and Salesforce Hunt by me. Okay, so and also we have like Telegram group as well, and we have like LinkedIn profile, so you can follow me and you can follow the Shubham as well, because we have lots of materials for the Salesforce ecosystem related students. And also if you anyone want to learn something as a latest things as well, like from scratch to advanced, so you can learn from here. Okay, because we have lots of resources. So that's it from my side, and thank you, Shubham, for the joining.
Sure, Rohit. It's good to be a part of it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So thank you guys. Have a good,
Okay, bye bye,
wonderful,
guys.
good night.
Yep.
Bye bye. See ya.